What is up, everybody? You're checking out the Uncensored Wrestling Podcast, what the world is listening to. I'm your host, the Akamadi and C, and you're in for a double feature. I just dropped WWE Raw from October 19th, 1998, and I'm dropping our second episode of WWE Raw, October 26th, 1998. We're jumping back in the time machine to check out our Attitude Years, and this episode comes to us live from Madison, Wisconsin. Let's jump right into the action. Vince McMahon comes out surrounded by stooges and officials. Vince blames the fans for what happened last week and says no one was there to help him. Vince has lawyers and says he will fight Stone Cold Steve Austin legally based on the document that Steve Austin gave him last week. We'll find more about this document later on. Vince tells his lawyers backstage he wants the document Austin gave him broken. We have the WWE European title on the line, the champion X-Pac defending against Steve Blackman. Decent match to start, but the real man's man, Steven Regal, comes out and attacks X-Pac outside. The New Age Outlaws make the save as they separate the two, but Steven Regal has his eyes set on X-Pac. Decent action there. Vince yells at his lawyers backstage that they need to break the document. The Rock is taking on Droz with LOD 2000. Rock hits a rock bottom and the people's elbow, and he gets a 3 count in a decent match. After the match, Droz and will leave Hawk in the ring, blaming him for this, which obviously is not Hawk's fault at all. We see the New Age Outlaws with Motley Crue earlier setting up. DX come out with Motley Crue and the band perform on the stage. We see Kane defeat Gangrel with Christian after a flying clothesline and a choke slam. After the match, Gangrel and Christian attack Kane, who fights back. Edge then comes out and chop blocks Kane. And Edge, Christian, and Gangrel lay out Kane, who sits up, and they leave. This is the formation of the Brood here. Edge joining forces with Gangrel and Christian to attack Kane. Stone Cold Steve Austin then comes out to the ring, and Stone Cold says, "I got something to say to Vince. I don't know why you're so mad at me. I told you that there wouldn't be any pain involved. I told the police the gun was a toy. After I said all of that, you pissed your pants like a baby in front of the world. Maybe next time I say something, you will believe Stone Cold Steve Austin, or next time you shouldn't. I got a brand new contract and I got one title shot." Vince comes out. Vince says, "Stone Cold Steve Austin, since you're gainfully employed tonight, you are going to compete. You're going to compete in an I Quit match against Ken Shamrock. I don't know how you sleep at night. For 2 years, you turned an underachieving kid into a monster." Shane McMahon comes out. Shane says, "I don't listen to you anymore. I am a stockholder in this company. You are wrong for what you did to Stone Cold Steve Austin. It was me that hired Stone Cold Steve Austin back. I've seen superstars come and go. It's always been about your ego. All my life, people ask me about what it's like being your son, and I lied year after year. You never cared about me. Nothing was ever right. Nothing was ever good enough. All I ever wanted was for you to be proud of me, but I don't care anymore. I finally have enough courage to stand up to you. I guess I'm just like you after all." He says that, and then Vince leaves upset. So Shane McMahon is the one behind Stone Cold Steve Austin's retiring, and you can tell Vince is not happy about this. We see the Godfather come out with his hose to take on Tiger Ali Singh with Babu. A lot of action. The two brawl. They fight outside the ring. The ref calls us a no contest. The ref tries to separate the two, but Godfather sends Ali Singh out of the ring, and these two have more issues to come. We see Vince McMahon leaving the arena upset. We see the oddities and Insane Clown Posse with Luna taking on Kai and Tai. Insane Clown Posse with a leg drop to Funaki, but they hit a low blow to Kai and Tai, and Kai and Tai push the referee. Kai and Tai get the win by DQ. Afterwards, the oddies are mad that the Insane Clown Posse cost them the match. The Stooges help Vince McMahon get into his limo. We see Marvelous Marc Mero with the WWE Women's Champion Jacqueline taking on Goldust. JR and the King promote Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Vince McMahon on Celebrity Deathmatch on Thursday night. And the end comes to this match between Mero and Goldust when Goldust hits a Shattered Dream on Mero, causing a DQ victory. Sable comes out afterwards and says, "Oh, Jacqueline, if you got the time, I got the place. Survivor Series, just you and I, and there will be a new women's champion." So Sable drawing out the challenge to Jacqueline for Survivor Series. We then see the JVC Kaboom of the Week, Jeff Jarrett hitting Al Snow with a guitar. We have the WWE Tag Team titles on the line. The champions and New Age Outlaws defending against this new formation, this new team of Al Snow and Mankind. Back and forth action, but the end comes when Al Snow and Mankind argue over Sacco or head to be used, and Road Dogg rose up Al Snow. After the match, D'Lo Brown and Mark Henry attack the New Age Outlaws, so it looks like they have their sights set on the Outlaws. And, so far, so good. We have our main event here for Raw, the I Quit match, the Intercontinental Champion Ken Shamrock taking on Stone Cold Steve Austin. This is a good match, a lot of back and forth action. The end comes when Mankind runs out and puts the mandible claw on Ken Shamrock. Stone Cold Steve Austin grabs a chair and nails Ken Shamrock in the head, and Steve Austin takes Ken Shamrock's hands and uses his hand to tap out. Stone Cold Steve Austin gets the victory, and then after he hits a stunner, he being Stone Cold on Pat Patterson and Gerald Briscoe. Stone Cold Steve Austin getting the last slap again over Vince McMahon. Decent Raw revealing episode. We learned that Shane was behind Stone Cold's hiring. I'm excited for next week's episode. So more to come. We're on the road to Survivor Series. 1999 is right around the corner. I'm so excited for that. Until then, stay safe and stay uncensored. Bye.